My future sister-in-law is problematic, so we moved our wedding to avoid her.
You must really suck.
Yeah. Hi, I'm using a fake account because several of my in-laws are aware of my other account. So I am female 31. My now husband is male 30 and my sister-in-law is female 19. My husband does not have the best relationship with his sister due to his parents favoring her. Mother-in-law, female 59, father-in-law 59. By the way, this comes from Dangerous Sunday 558 on the OK Storytime subreddit. So a little background. My husband's parents were having marital issues and heading for divorce around the time my husband's sister was conceived. When they found out that they were pregnant, they decided to seek counseling and get help. In the end, they resolved their problems and the relationship became stronger. That's great.
Love that.
They view their daughter as the reason they were able to save their marriage. That would be a lot of pressure on that child.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I can't mess up. She is spoiled. Some examples. They got her a car for her birthday. She totaled in 4 days. She borrowed her mom's car after and had it totaled too. Due to her reckless driving, the insurance company will not allow her to be insured under her parents. We were dating at the time when his mother asked my husband if he could please put her on his insurance and she would pay. My husband at the time was buying a new car and didn't want to deal with this situation and told his mother no. Another example was we had gotten tickets to see Taylor Swift in Europe for a vacation alone. His sister found out and demanded that she go instead of me. His father called and demanded that we change our plans and he take his sister. My husband said he could not do that because he didn't pay for the vacation or the tickets. My parents did.
What?
We were harassed for a month for this. Finally, 3 months after we were engaged, we visited his parents. At the time, his sister had a friend living with her and her parents, female 17. This friend developed a crush on my husband. He was extremely uncomfortable with the girl's attention towards him. His sister wanted them to date and asked his parents to talk to him about it. He refused and said he was engaged and also not interested in teen girls.
What?
Now to the wedding. My in-laws are only attending if I make my sister-in-law a bridesmaid. I agreed to keep the peace and gave it to her as an honorary role and don't expect her to be involved as much as my other bridesmaids. The problem started immediately. First, she was flirting with another bridesmaid's boyfriend and sending him inappropriate texts. We don't know how she got the number.
What?
Did he give it to her? I feel like if she got the number.
She really has a thing for home wrecking.
I guess. She's like, either I'm going to help someone else home wreck or I'm going to do it myself. She refused to walk with her cousin, who is a groomsman, and tried to get her parents involved to switch to walk next to the best man and bump my maid of honor. Her reason was because she couldn't hook up with her cousin. The best man is currently in a long-term relationship with the maid of honor, and they are how we met. The final straw was with what she did to my maid of honor. My maid of honor is my cousin and my best friend. My maid of honor is the same age as me. We are born 3 months apart to the day. We get mistaken as sisters, or sometimes our extended family mixes us up. Our moms are sisters. I am protective of my maid of honor and the godmother to her children. My maid of honor is hard of hearing and has to wear hearing aids due to an infection she had as a child. My maid of honor sometimes talks loud because she can't hear and judge her own volume. She doesn't have any accent. She had to do speech therapy for years as a child and had to attend a school for children with hearing disabilities until middle school. My sister-in-law has been teasing my maid of honor non-stop, yelling and saying, I just wanted to make sure she heard me. She made reference to my godchildren being born out of wedlock and said her boyfriend, the best man and the father of her children, will come to his senses and find a tight woman. My maid of honor has been quiet about all of this because she doesn't want to cause problems for me and my in-laws. I found out because my other bridesmaids told me after the bridal shower. At the bridal shower, my husband and myself both were aware and gave our blessing to have his best man propose to my cousin, the maid of honor. Wow. I don't want anyone to propose at my wedding.
Yeah, that's a lot.
No,
I did have a cousin do that though.
Did they have permission?
It was cute.
Okay.
But
okay.
I don't want that.
It happened and everyone was as excited except for my sister-in-law. The final straw was when my maid of honor was heading back to the table. She took out her hearing aids because the music was causing her a headache. The hearing aids were in a glass of water with my sister-in-law laughing.
What?
I'd kick her out
jerk.
immediately. I'd kick her out immediately.
That is actually diabolical.
That's insane. That's like if someone who wore glasses took off their glasses and she smashed them.
That is like a demon.
That's insane.
Wow.
Also, hearing aids are incredibly expensive.
Yeah, that's actually, How rude.
So rude. Like literally just taking away someone's like ability to hear. I was done and removed her from the wedding party. Good.
As she should.
And disinvited her from the wedding unless she's in therapy. My in-laws were blowing up her phone saying that their daughter was only joking around and that's her sense of humor and my maid of honor can't take a joke. They said if she cannot come to the wedding, they will not come. This has been going on for months. And there are some updates, but do you have any other thoughts besides
then don't
the fact
come.
that she's terrible? Yeah, don't come.
Don't come.
Don't come. If I were OP, I'd be like, thank God my in-laws aren't coming because they're crazy.
That's just wild that like grown adults are like, oh, haha, she's almost an adult / is an adult. And they're like, she's just joking.
She's just a jokester. Updates 24 hours later from the bridal shower. Wow. I call my fiance my husband because we are technically legally married. We just didn't have a ceremony yet. This was done earlier in the year for insurance issues. 2, my maid of honor, my cousin, was able to get her hearing aids replaced by an audiologist. She had them insured. My husband covered the deductible. Not for his sister's sake, but because he cares for my cousin and was embarrassed. My husband's family is on our side. Apparently, we have been flooded with phone calls and messages of support from his family. The reason why, they also have stories of how badly my sister-in-law has acted towards them. My husband has already said that my family is his and anyone who mistreats anyone I care about is not his people.
Boom.
Yeah, so I guess like his mom, dad, and his sister are all kind of like the most hated people in the family. We have decided with the help of our wedding planning to do a destination wedding, pushing the wedding date back 6 months in Hawaii. We got most of our deposits back. Family is helping with the rest. My husband has called his parents and told them they are not invited and his sister will not be invited. They are livid and have started as of an hour ago going to social media to tell their side of the story. They claim that their daughter was just making jokes and pranks. Nobody has been buying it. They tried to contact my parents who shut them down immediately. We have other family members who also are hard of hearing or deaf due to a genetic condition that runs in the family. Most of the family is hearing, but everyone looks out for the members that are not. They are embarrassed and hung up the phone. This is where we are now, and we'll update if things change. And there is an update. So I guess things did change.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they did was valid.
We are no contact with my husband's parents. Thank you for following my advice. Or sister. We get updates from my husband's aunt, his father's sister. First, my maid of honor's hearing aids are replaced after talking to her and asking what she wants to do. She doesn't want to be involved in a lawsuit or anything going forward so long as she's left alone by my husband's sister. She doesn't want any negative energy in her life. I am going to respect her boundaries on the matter. However, if anything happens, she will file a restraining order against my husband's sister. As for my mother-in-law and father-in-law, as per my husband's aunt, they are in a bind. They came crying to my husband's aunt. Apparently, their insurance company found out they were letting their daughter drive their cars.
Interesting.
Even though they were warned she would not be insured under their policy, and the insurance company dropped them. We don't know if sister-in-law got into another accident or someone reported this to the insurance company. However, they were sobbing to my husband's aunt that they are struggling to find an insurance policy they can afford. My husband's aunt was tired of hearing the sob stories and brought up the bridal shower incident and how her own daughter had been bullied by sister-in-law. She was embarrassed for her nephew, my husband. My mother-in-law and father-in-law said that sister-in-law confessed she was jealous of my maid of honor's relationship with the best man. She apparently had a long crush on him and was upset that he was getting engaged to maid of honor. Mother-in-law and father-in-law tried to excuse this behavior as a teenage girl acting out. My husband's aunt was having none of it and told them that they ruined their daughter and probably ruined their relationship with my husband and any future with us. My husband's aunt asked them to leave and said she hopes they get everything they deserve for how they treat their children. She was not going to help them with their insurance problems. My husband's cousin, 20 years old and a lovely girl, she's a beauty queen and a makeup artist. My husband's sister was known for breaking her makeup palettes and beauty supplies out of jealousy. My husband's aunt doesn't allow my sister-in-law over the house and will lock the doors to certain rooms in her house during family gatherings because of several incidents in the past. Now, for sister-in-law, she still lives with my in-laws. She lost her job. Nobody knows why. And frankly, I don't care to know. She is not in college due to poor grades and lack of direction. She blames me for her family not talking to her and being kicked out of the wedding party. And I'm proud I did, so she can blame me as much as she likes. But I would be proud of you guys if you joined us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Just tap our profile. We'll be so proud of you. And there is a little bit left to this story, but I think all the right moves were made. You got this sister-in-law out of your life, and you're about to get married. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, the sister-in-law needs to like get her life together. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on, girlfriend, but you need to figure it out.
Well, I think you're right. I think the parents enabled her throughout her whole life. And now she's just this spoiled brat who like has no consequences for any of her actions.
Yeah.
As for our wedding celebration, we are doing a small ceremony on the beach, and any family that wishes to come can book a hotel on the main island. We are not going to give the location of the wedding or the reception until the day of the wedding, except for the wedding party, and we will hire security. I'll update you when it happens or anything else happens. And that is the end of the story. I hope that your wedding went well, and that
I hope telling she didn't everyone crash it.
That everyone was able to make it.
Yeah.
And finding out like well, I guess they knew the time.
I hope the security had to tackle someone.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
I really hope that the security was worth it. Like otherwise,
why
what
would
the
you
heck?
pay for that?
Yeah.
If you're not gonna
I
talk
hope
to
somebody
someone.
tried to crash it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I ever have to have security at a wedding, I'm gonna be like, okay, someone out of the audience has to get tackled.
Yeah.
To be
fair, I thought security was required for events after a certain number, especially if there's alcohol involved.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, anyways, I hope the wedding went well.
But that is the end of that story. So let's get into the next one.